forgiveness, the kindness of the Savior, the hope of nations. Savior.
This is Chariot.
Mwakwa eba Chariot TV so media ni Jonathan Mensah Bonsu we straight talk do media so na onim say me ne do medu say a na e Bible mpensempense mu ana ye gibre na ye dwendwen ho ye de asempakafo ba na ye tena se ne esua Nyankopon asem se de be a me no mienu betimi ate ase na on Chariot TV no nim say ye dwene Nyankopon asem ho Nyankopon asem hian ye pese Yesu Kristo asem pa no edu nipa asum enye onipa abraba a obo wiase ene ne yonko nipa ntam nkutahudie nko nemom onipa ne Nyankopon ntam nkutahudie nso so ehian ene nti anada ne da nyina egibre na yeka eho asem enti asambusa ana asem a eda pono so a yadwendwen ho mpe bebre ni marriage and divorce controversy na we part 9 yede ba na there are so many things yaka ho asem a yebetimu bio na enunima bia yebedwendwen ho na eboa ene because of asembusa eba ene onipa ntam kitahudie ene impo titiru no onipa ne Nyankopon ntam kitahudie ho nsem nti no ana yagibra yesua sanema ibomoden ne pia video no so ma afoforo se ne be ya unua betimi nso atimi join in na onso abesua de na nioma yesua no watimi ate ase na aboa ono na kwantu a opiso to heaven akwantu otu nti so aba so you know say me live or Facebook me live or Twitter ana me live X nso so nti bomoden YouTube nso so nti won click like button na won share ya bomoden na share me to see ya no me bomoden bia say me nso betimi a share ma foforo na omo nso so atimi a join in nti bomoden na share ana live show o drop in comment in the comment section na you be hunu ni akan ma na nso so watimi abusa question no and then on say last week you try and bomoden a technical phone bomoden na yetimi a phone in ye number betu dwa na wefre ofra na de wo obusa na wabusa na yensu yetimi aboa wo sa kwan no so subscribe to Chariot TV abomodin subscribe unhia se epia da bia link bro ansa na wanya watimi join in on YouTube say no o subscribe na hit on notification bell a ye call live YouTube will notify you say yeah live na ye di djuma on X the same thing ana you say on Facebook class on sanity so okwa ye call live a obetimi nyante say ye call live now so etimi join in and then osapakani baako entimi ni enhia ense ye regular show no mu no ye mene unya Richard Donko ene unya Shadakopon ade di djuma ewo bedi no so but say ni mene no enya osapakani baako a ono so ne ho akwadere ewo nyame asemu na wosa so eye a counselor counselor kwani twi yesay ayiro bro feed e ha dwene but me pa ba mo mensuru say o ya mensuru me beba na menya sa asapakafo mienu o menchen unya Shadrack ene yai papa George Asa e wo yenchen ene no gidi nti yebe mame ma omumra ajasa memo wajo
yeah nua
na pomu
nyame ado mi hoye na won say
Shadrack mo hoye Shadrack chi counselor ni chi ye dey Menko butufo
hey Bible crack Isaiah chapter 6 enye ma me kum ka che nwumre enye ma me kum Bible can in Isaiah chapter 6 chapter 9 verse 6 say a mighty counselor
there butufo
Right.
Me that's it.
Instagram Sabri no one more share
yeah Instagram yes ampa me that's it. So I'm my kwenya say Instagram they live so you me live on Facebook, you live on YouTube, you live on X and you live on Instagram. Just my memfa just and chassis na ye mon komo that first of all your earlier en yenimu nsem kakra bi na nsebusa bi am wo say me pese me ni busa no babusa wo sa kwan no so
wo se me obi bia meka na
Yeah, obo bi a be kansa na ya hye dwumadi na se na nsemusa bi a me pese ye dwene ho no ya odi kan boan ho.
Wo topic na da ho na
Okay,
say.
that one, generally speaking, awade any ho nsɛm ni generally.
Oh, okay.
Brief one.
All right. Me follow Nehemiah for the past weeks. Ebi, my follow Ebi. I meant me and follow due to engagements be outside or other places. Now, the time you can divorce. I mean, that is the last resort of maybe make us say unresolved conflicts in marriage. Nti sɛ ekodu baabi na afei de resolve no nyɛ yie a na divorce take place. But you see, mpɛn pii na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ divorce no. I've been telling people say, you shouldn't even dream it. You shouldn't think about it. I mean, yanko bi ayi fi ne marriage vocabulary mu sɛ nkɔmmɔdi ɛwɔ aware mu na nka wobɛyi divorce afi hɔ. Because mɛka brief story bi na mewie a na makyerɛ ase kakraa bi na afei mede asi hɔ. Mmɔfra baanu na ɛko. Yɛmfa no Yaw ɛna Kofi. Na wɔko potopotopoto na papa bi ɛpataa wɔ. Ɔpataa wɔ no sɛ, adɛn na moko? Yaw sɛ ɛyɛ Kofi, Kofi nso sɛ ɛyɛ Yaw. Ɛbɛyɛ dɛn na ayɛ wei na okay, hina na ɛhyɛ ase? Yaw sɛ ɛyɛ Kofi, na Kofi nso sɛ ɛyɛ Yaw na ɛhyɛ ase. Na ɔfrɛ Yaw, na obisa sɛ Yaw, sɛ wo sɛ ɛyɛ Kofi, na ɛyɛ ɔno nso sɛ ɛyɛ wo de a, adɛn nti na wo sɛ ɛyɛ Kofi? Ɔsɛ Kofi na ɛbɔɔ me kan. Nti Kofi ɛbɔɔ no kan no. Na okay, ɔsɛ Kofi na ɛbɔɔ no kan. Nti na ɔbɔɔ no. Na ɔpanyin no bisa Kofi sɛ, Kofi, na wo na ɔbɔɔ Yaw kan. Na ɛyɛ dɛn na wo sɛ ɔno na ɔhyɛ ase? Ɔsɛ me bɔɔ no no. Me bɔɔ Yaw no. Sɛ wambɔ me bi a, anka yanko.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Me bɔɔ no wambɔ me bi a, me anka yanko a na opa kyerɛ sɛ, ɔsɛ anka ne bɛba ne sɛ obi abɔ obi na mmom yɛn.
Okay.
Now, master ni itia. Mehu ni ntia. Nyankopɔn, apart from so Nyankopɔn no ni me ntia sɛ yɛ ngya aware no. Da bia me concern, me major concern say. So wo say wo de wabrɛ wo gyae no, we are very sure say won't contribute ya na. Yes, there have been a lot of instances obi wa ha wa ye ne obi ti bibia ne partner na nkasa na onu ya ombo no ma nti ye ne den. But most of them no ebinom nso contribute ebi.
Yeah.
And it means who could ya warrior na say we careful. Say dachi no apart from our jai na Nyankopɔn any nje ho no. So would need phobi ɛwɔ baabi ana. Nti wo bisa me ana etimi aka ɛno no. E me de sie afre. Wo eba me nkyɛn sɛ wo pɛ sɛ wo gya aware me zimpacha wo pɛ sɛ wo gya aware ɛyɛ me hɔ. Ɛne pɛ baabi foforo na afa. Sɛ wo be call lawyer, sɛ wo be call doctor, court to say dey bet me had it. Open ya na wo ba. Give me me work.
That's it. But yeah, one of our discussions in sometimes Anna your map kwama and your non bisa questions are one of the questions I pop it up and say for the say Bema Mawali na Bema me mean sa obana sum bim abuse, whether it's physical or mental abuse, whatever abuse. Obana endure to the point that you see, I say, maybe Nancy news back by Ekueme. Ekueme was one of them, one of the Nigerian gospel musician also. Abuse, and not the training. Na Bible so nyanko pompe our jari na a brewing that no. What should a person do? facing such abuse,
Okay. Abuse no ankasa no yɛwɔ n'ahorow abiesa.
Okay.
Na mpɛn pii no nea wokan yɛ physical abuse. Ɛno no yɛtumi hu
Mm-hmm.
anaasɛ ɛyɛ tangible yɛtumi de yɛn nsa ɛka.
Okay.
Yɛwɔ emotional abuse. Ɛna yɛsan wɔ spiritual abuse. Na you see, aya yɛmmara ɛne amammerɛ ɛna ɛma kwan ɛma saa abuse yi etumi prolongo. Amammerɛ a etia mmara ɔman ne mu mmara no ɛna ɛma saa abuse yi etumi prolongo wɔ marriage mu afei ekosi sɛ daakye ne yɛbɛbaa ne sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ɔbaako efim. Personally, wobisa me as a counselor, obi eyi ne nsa ɛbɔ ne yere anaasɛ ɔbea eyi ne nsa bɔ ne kunu a, the first place to go to ɛyɛ police station, ɛyɛ assault. Something na me say culture yɛn amammerɛ na ɛtia mmara no na ama no prolong ɛma obi tumi buru biara kum no. Ɛna sometimes no yɛn asɔfo ya wɔnyɛ hwee mia w'ani. Nti ɔsɔfo koraa te sɛ ne asɛm asi yere na asɔre ba yere a report no kunu a wabɔ musu.
Yeah.
Ade na wabɛka nkyerɛ me na akɔ bɔ police fo amaneɛ. Krachi bi twe sika wɔ ne yere so. Ɛna akyi koraa wɔka asɛm ne yi na ɔde ba na me sɛ meka kyerɛ Krachi so ne ti yie paa. Na ne yere ne bɛka kyerɛ me kan a anka me ne ne yere nyina bɛkɔ police station. Na police fo akɔfa no na yɛatwe na so kakra. Because yɛbɛma ɔman, you see, nyɛ asɔfo no yɛbɛma mmara no ayɛ adwuma a anka bɛboa ama nipa gyae saa de ne kakra bi de yɛbɛnya bi abɔdamfo wɔ mu ka oyɛ ne den a. But dodo nara a kakra bi temperamental anaasɛ suban bi nneɛma bi ohui ne mmɔfra ase nti wɔyɛ na anka wɔbɛgyae. Meme de ukunu anaa oyere bo a bɛbɔ mmɔden ane akɔ police station na yɛn ayakɔ Berlin na yɛde na aba fie na aba nua dua ama na adi. Aware ne ngu yɛ dabi yeah. You see, onim ne nti a meka saa bue 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Mo sɛ nneɛma bebree hɔ ni Bible mu.
Mame kan mo Bible ha say nti
Kan verse 6. Kan 1 Corinthians 13 verse 6 mami.
Verse 6 say, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in
no. Odo ani nje ade a entene ho. Nti sɛ ukunu bro a na wodɔ na ɔyɛ ade a entene sɛ o report no na yɛtene no na wonya ukunu.
Yeah.
Because wodɔ na sɛ woboa no wamboa no na wantimi anjae saa de na ɔyɛ na wonnɔ no.
Yeah.
But you see, amammerɛ ne sometimes yɛn nyamesom nankasa yɛn nyante nneɛma bi ase nkɔ deep ne nti no yɛsusu sɛ yɛmusu so no bi dabi ɔnyɛ ɔbea ne yɛ bɔne biara. Sɛ me yere support me ɛma me yɛ bɔne a ɔnnɔ me. Sɛ me support me yere ɛma ɔyɛ bɔne a ɔnnɔ me. Saa na Bible na ka wɔnyɛ me na meka.
Yes, yeah.
Nti once a mmara wɔ man anim a ɛno de ɛhyɛ sɛ obi bɔ obi a wo ba kora ntimi mbo no ndu baabi.
Yeah, sɛ me kai sɛ obi anse bi a ebebusua mu na akora akoma ba na maybe a menua abe arepu akora no na my me say me pese me siesie na busua mu na aban behunu say this is the issue a mo ya then na fe na mu nyina mo nya aban amane.
Exactly. Nti wo yɛ saa na wo boa bɔne ina obarima na busua na ne the veil meka ne den nua obro yonko.
Yes.
Nua obro yonko no ɔno mom bozo na abusuafo mom adwalai ina wo yere pa na wakɔ report na barima we obia we di yenware no obarima no kra bɛka me yere ama ware pa na me yere wo yere a waware no wotumi bo no tietia na yase minimo bi oboro ne yere pemfo etietia na yase won nti ubisa me as a Christian counselor yanso so bone so niamra eso nipa no mu ne de fa ne fa ho osakra wanya wukunu na mote asomdwe mu divorce bia anim na one report na obebro wa bro abadakoro wadi ba ku betu efe na uwi a na ukwaya na ubai nti that is for physical abuse eno de yehu na eye ho adwuma wo de no call police station wie na ye chi ne wie a uwie na wo de no ba fie ma na aduan di a wo de ne bre yen counselors and psychologists e betimi aboa no nso na wa ya fix problem na ma efe uye no fie a emotional abuse na no de ekoso pa na no na Christopher na ye de ye partners obetete emotionally se memfa mensan kan ye na mo me na wonna wasade ese wo ye mami me ye ma o menye withdrawal of certain things real role responsibility and privileges be we withdraw and now and kasa for 1 year won kasa chop money and so yi emfa no ho obamo bi obaya doi wa bonten enso na yere ne makra do komode won ni nyina ye emotional abuse then no de ye be nante won sa na nipa na develop hypertension, sometimes kidney problems, diabetes, because emotional abuse, is serious. Sometimes from physical abuse. And no one yarn and never ban say nipan de home. I no crap say wouldn't mean now I don't be able to because emotional abuse they don't see it. They don't see it. And also yet me fix it. As this our train never so. Na last one edi esi nso ye jatum nti afa ne saa ye was spiritual abuse. I don't know, so Jonathan, what is spiritual abuse that?
Dabi eja me de okay no kwam ka se bia ana ju
Me
amada.
sure say oyere abuse that. Na wa abuse oyere that, but wa dwene mba so ye.
Ene ma ya se
Oyere wa dwene mba so me be kirew na me kirew wa obehu ne spiritual abuse. So oyere catch is oh sorry I also your suffer. Hwe ne awoye e spiritual abuse. Ana say o ka kire oyere si. Wo no oyere osofo yere hwe ne awoye e spiritual. Exactly.
Kwasi point
And
aye.
also adwin obi o hokra ni kunu beka say ni asofodi ni kura mejai. Because the mass of foodie ebe twa me mpoada yes.
Say we say we Chariot TV host no say a preacher. And I was okay papa. Why?
Me feel me wo.
A constitute spiritual abuse na. I think so.
Spiritual abuse. Say who say who the how who say who ye ayi Chariot ayi host. Now
ha kebi mami and come on.
All right, so these are the abuses I war, and they all can be fixed. They can be fixed. And I uncle Tumirika uncle uncle divorce because you can imagine so very man in a year or not very man in Adjun's on an end. There have been cases. So piano per sexa, Dionia sepita fracture a free use. Obiana kusuni kunu beri mema na odihu agoria na se enya hoden kakra na onu ya de ache no no ayese no pa no ada no beri ma no just why na adwen se obe abuse inti sa beri ma we na weja ya ware a ana se ne yire no so timi na wakoka se se ne yire na koware de amekoware aha onu aware no wagu ndadadadada. What the because in fact, about 99% of divorce cases, most cases, they are divorced emotionally. They have been divorced for a very long time. And sana the final act, lawful way, ever.
Eba. Okay. Me da se oba ba mu mai ena yenya jasa wa ha. Me so wo a wadwen ye wo se wo ba busa question se counseling question bi a wa ha no me so on office wo. Wo ba busa counseling question a ye be direct to straight to the office. Na wa ko hu no ye ma won be fa akonya yi so e me busa questions. Ma me kan some few comments are aba. Isaac Major is watching live. Anna Emilian so is a good evening, brother. Keep it up. Kwekwa do say watching live. Jesse Kwanza say watching live from Ablekuma. Agape Top. Anna Philip Quay and say watching from Legon. Anna Kwekwa do say enjoying the show. Reagan so say lovely show. Anna Atra a champion so say watching you live from AEU. I think Dubai also what yeah UAU. God bless you. So fetch me. But eja mame nko some question back on so you share Jumedias no. You see you share Jumedias and there are so many questions but one of them also is Eric K. Papa Eric K. One of the questions Eric K. and say me bema me name that na ntokwa ana me pack me pamo no free me yeno apam no ntokwa ana he na mapam me yeno fifio ana me yere no akotena bia 3 years later ana me ti say me yere na ware ana say o ti say me ware do the one of the partners have the right to marry from Bible standpoint baby a Bible ni gina no say ne city fa ho so
What they did, it amounts to either ejection or desertion.
Okay. but me kakana ba ba mu na
ejection ya pam na fifi ho but yen ya ware ne ye.
Okay.
Enu ye ejection ya pam no. In a desertion ye onipa nankasa aguan a desert we guan afi na ware matrimonial na ware fi. It doesn't amount to divorce. What you make can say? And so, what is the cause of that ejection or desertion? If it is fornication, then the innocent one can easily marry. But say opamo oyire no, ana say obia na oberima no eguan fifi ho a saa aware foforo no ana eguaman no anipa na akobo no effect
okay
of the ejection or the desertion enye the cause.
Okay.
Ikuntimi enjina enoso enkase odekoware.
Okay.
There must be a cause for divorce before remarriage.
Okay.
And I hope what the mechanism.
The opposite of Chinese say, ejumamo eba echi no, effect, enye cause.
Effect, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, pamo oyere 3 years. Not baby. What do you expect? Bible no 1 Corinthians 7. O se nipa no se onware anke yi. Nanso aguamanti obi enya ne kunu na obi enya ne yere. Na wapam no 3 years. Then na person oye. Are you pushing him or her to do that? What the mechanism na we gina so na it is wrong. Me feel oh yes na trimodin sem. Trimodin sem. The cause must be that. And most people, what they call this is separation. This is not separation. Separation must be formally done. Separation, separation, for the separation and whose responsibility and the purpose. Even the purpose must be clearly stated. The purpose for the separation. the cause and the purpose and the remedies and the responsibilities and rules till you come back. No? They all must be done formally with a counselor or a psychologist. Other than that, what desert who awarifi and I say yapamo, but they have not been separation. Someone came he came to my office, Obi by my office. We're going efi aware nase. A man forms of completing married, divorce, separation, or completing separation. I'm saying no, you're wrong. No, say, but we are not living together. And I'm saying you are not yet separated. You are still married. You have deserted your position in the marriage.
Okay.
So all these things must be clear. You didn't futu ya. You ma handle asem na aye denene. And what we do as counselors is, we let you know your status.
Ujinabia. Good.
Have you deserted or you've been ejected? Or separation? Say, yeah, another gentleman. We are separated. And I'm say, okay, formally, so what are the terms? What is the purpose? What is the cause? If you also we are not living together. And I'm saying that is not a separation. You've deserted or
what is it now? Why ejected abayano?
What deserted and answer why ejected will be what pamubi. Exactly.
Yeah.
But open separation now, we sit down and look at the causes for a short time, and then what are we going to do so that you can come back? That will be the purpose. So separation is always done formally for a purpose. Say you come back.
Yo, but I say I but my meaning can think that something which in fact yeah discussing these things at length. But there's something about it has really clarified some of the things. Unfree ukunfi. Some fans me ireti wa ye kasa na ma pack me nioma gum. Or packing a nioma gum bag to kopua or say separate. No. And that a good word no dia ba. Me just say ashofo a no. Yen kasebo ebusa outside typical in local congregations in the Church of Christ in Ghana here. But say oba na sisa ne nyoma akọ ne papa o. Ebusa na was separating.
Yeah.
And it's clear. Me just say what bubu ade no ama obi a otie bia o pese open no kure no will clearly understand. But so that bremu ansa na yemfa ne mabi nto ato aso.
Yeah, kakra person the count. I think say just to also bring Brasa on board on it. One of the things and Crawford can answer or can answer say like Yaware Ena enye Edwamamobia my but Odoni ni hobio and Nijeni ni Aware mobile until we have decided say our jai. There's no fornication. Ena abusuafo ahia the say ye jai. So I say and later on ye jai we no ena oba no 6 months time whatever month whatever even a day time crap that's not for me. That doesn't matter. What matters they say yatena se na ya discuss it and ye jawa ye gu awade no now bema no akohu oba no se oba no be ware or say na ye jaye na enye adwamamu nti ne janti say de meyere no wakobo adwaman nti me yeden
Me koware
because
no about
adwamamu ayeden
Abem. Okay.
So
all right.
And it's linked up to the I think the first one is well explained. Say, what's it? Where's in it?
Rejection,
rejection, desertion, ejection, and separation.
It's wait, and so see a situation happen, and a lot of preachers think say, yes, any Obama no home kind so cocoa. Maybe the me say only home kind. Meaning they also okay.
Okay, yeah, examine near Yesu a kind. Matthew 19. Also, except for the cause of fornication. Now, few. Also, he who marries near Yejano. Why then? Was say our
Awade. Mhm.
as say yet fornication any our say no ase.
Yeah.
You see, adultery. Yes, fornication can lead to adultery, but adultery itself is not the cause in the scriptures. The scripture says, when you fornicate, now the end result is adultery.
Yeah.
Inti etimi agya nipa na just a fornication. Say memfa fornication engya no. Na okọ. Nti obi ware na that woman has caused adultery. And Bible no say na Yesu kind. And so
Yeah.
adultery is not the cause for divorce. For you to enable you to remarry. Remarriage is only under the condition of fornication. If your partner fornicates, then you can divorce and remarry. But when you divorce, any fornication, the Bible note Jesus. What you saying that Jesus can I say the Bible still consider the two as married. And it knows say niayeja no obi ware na wasaya ware. It means that person has adulterated, and adulteration is wafrem. Inti obi ayeja no or ware na adulteration. It means aware no wo ho. Inti no obi abemu a wafrem.
Obeseno. Yes.
Here, my main comment. Eti wafrem. Obi ware na wafrem. For I mean, adult. That's the meaning. Who did you afra kerosene? Adulterated. Adulteration is unnatural. Indeed, just say yes, just a fornication Maya. Now, okwa anaso ujana. Wa obawari womu piano. Why? Wafrem. Indeed, the question is, I didn't know friend wafrem. Na mu wanka say wa cause fornication. Say anka Yesu beka say na nea yeja na enye fornication. Anka Yesu beka say whoever marries that person has committed fornication.
Exactly.
What they make us say, but also that person has caused adultery. Just wa be frem. So adultery is not that kind of adultery is not the cause for remarriage, because we are talking about remarriage here.
Okay. Mate.
What they make us
Okay.
say. So if anything go back, what I say.
Metiase na say mujai said the Bible account. I mean, we have said it here, but the dear may emphasize on it and say, as a bacanfo be and Yanum be, I contact me, or movie some disagree with what I'm saying. Me master my make can say, Muja wa de no. Nen na mujaye, nen ye dwama monti na mujaye. There will be abakwa ye bia no. Wrong there, but it does not give a permit to
permit
the
someone
to remarry. No, woman wafra na di mu. So you don't have that license to remarry.
Exactly.
That's it. I think say emu ada ho. Your question we there emu ada ho. Ahwefo a mo hwe no, me just say ma me can read some few comments bi na memra, but ene no yebesa bie phone in no say the last week ye no bo modern say obetimi afre. Nti na o twen sa akwanya no say ne be ya ba. So wasebusa ne nyoma bi a kire wadwene no wetimi abusa na asepakafo ya boa. Ma me hwe Mark Kita Michael. I hope I got the name right. I say watching from Amasaman. You know, Jesse Kwanzaa say spiritual abuse there. Asemu. Hey. We dey be who. Sasem we. Na me ko kan ya, unya person me kan yo. We.
Hey. Yeah, all the blame me will be
There is something you know. It is
Kawasep.
Mami me no mami nka. If you want to nka, ana me come out. Well, Edmond Asamoah say I really love the show. Ewa Paul Puniso say nice and rich teaching by all standards. Yvonne say I was late. Good afternoon, brother. Yvonne, yenyan call so afi kwa na ye hyase. Ye we afi na ye buru nsuo ni kakra. Gideon so say great teaching. God bless you. Watching you live from Kumasi. We David Usu there. Anna Samuel J the question about if my partner has deserted me and gone to remarry, what should I do? Samuel J, question ya no you. And the TN say what desert they were desert too. I know what is there to a case for a remarriage. A case for remarriage. Inti desire to and correct. But Nyankopon ni mu no it doesn't give the innocent party that opportunity say, and I say both parties the opportunity to remarry. So but my main Brashadak
Yes, sir.
the year can didn't can casafa our dear hone our giant other day, but unim dear kakra mu no any Bible mu no what precipitates some of these things, and idea na ehyehyɛ bobɔ nkakra ba ma afei beduru mpɛmpɛnsuo bi nipa baanu a ɔmo hyɛ awadeɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛware ɔmo kɔ abusua hɔ sika pudu a ɔmo kɔ duaeɛ ebi kɔ a ɔmo yɛ dondo ho sika ne ade nipa ani agye mo twitwa pictures na mo share photos ne ade thank you for na abeduru mpɛmpɛnsuo bi. Then these people are so eager bent on say ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo firi awareɛ no mu. What causes these things? Sɛ na betumi aboa ahwɛfoɔ ne me ɛne yɛ nyinaa na yɛtumi hu nneɛma bi.
Yo, me that's it. My main fakwenya so na me na I ahwɛfoɔ a mo hwɛ dwumadi I sense I feel na mabam kra. Joe, asɛm a ɛwɔ hɔ ɛne sɛ yɛwɔ nneɛma bebree ɛna ɛkɔ so ɛyɛ divorce ɛne problems in marriage. But one of the things I mean, which one are you say, whichever way asem we ever discuss, it can cause a scriptural divorce or unscriptural divorce. Then person trying to say, and never we are maybe can one seven. And I never be a may yaba, maybe our opinion so deep about the can. And yet a unscriptural both unscriptural and scriptural divorce. Anything at the end, I say our Jaya a Bible counsel our Jaya. Our Jaya Bible counsel our Jaya, and he said, so Omumbako Ecobo a Jamaya. Now, a better man, but some better Majawa there, and ye Jamamo. But what I say, a Gina Jamamoso and not a Jamamosono. I did a creative problem. Na ede saa nneɛma yi timi ba ɛyɛ atoro ɛne nada atoro ɛne nada lies ɛne nada esan sɛ awarefoɔ tena Joe Bible so ɔmo abɛyɛ sɛ honam baako no ɛne sɛ wɔn nkutahudie any bibi omu ye bia no baako mfansie baako baako mfansie baako na ekoba se niema bia ekoso no wodi bibie baako de baako bibi sie ne yonko baako daada ne yonko a jo de ekoko wie eya warejae na yebubum na yenkyeremu mene meyira ware sorry na makra me yere say me kwa adwuma na nso so no say nya adwuma na mekọ baabi na mekọ no say ade na me ye no say ebeboa ma wade no say mo ma wade no de di kan say metwa me yere ntoro enti say me yere kokko hu say me kra say me kwa adwuma me nkwa adwuma ana me kra me ko me krom anya me krom na me call ya create a whole lot of suspicions e wona adwemu right afei suspicions no I create ababedum pempenso afei de meye bia no onyimi ni bio yo onyankopon say ono ankasa ochiri atoro ene na ada na niema enso a onyankopon ochiri Proverbs chapter 6 verse 16 to 19 no o se niema nso onyankopon ochiri no baako a eno de onyankopon bo odin twice no o se na ada ene atoro ene tekyerema eye edi atoro what I say now I'm not story be a see maame bi ɛna ne kunu ɔyɛ na gye sɛ ɔkɔ surprise ne kunu wɔ adwuma mu eti ne kunu adware ate polish ɔkɔ adwuma ɛna maame sɛ ɔkyena me kunu birthday ba ɔkyena yɛ Saturday ɔmo nkɔ adwuma enti next Friday me kɔ surprise no ɔyɛ ne jollof keka nneɛma bɔ mu ɔde aduane kɔ surprise ne kunu ɔkɔ koduru hɔ a ne kunu ɔhwehwɛ ne kunu ɔmo sɛ ne kunu ni hɔ ɛna reception ne sɛ now why are you looking for your husband here? And also, what do you mean by that? No, it's about your husband has been on leave for the past 1 month.
Atija.
And you know, why are you looking for him here? Say man of 1 month ni or sorry be a jar so ko adwuma no. Adwuma mu force nim say papa will leave. Joe, enunti aware ni good ndende. What must say? Enti atoro ne na ada na ukọ sebe omo tu kwan na omo wo amana ne kra de atoda na aya arahosem. Oba esi ni dan e woni krom. Ordinam ono na busuafo ne nua bi so. Be ma so se osi ni dan e na omo mienu nyina no obi anka ntre ne yonko. Inti me yema de we si me yema de Joseph me yire ba be find out say me ne to nyina ye koba ye reso no say me di bisika ye bibi foforo baby a do you think say my wife will be happy living with me na obe open up for a discussions ana there inti niema ena there are certain times utumi ka asem bi fa obi ho we me ne na wa adwuma na so ye madamfo a kire say ntro na otwae we ne ba hwehwe bi hwehwemu ano say na wo ye gay bi ananka wo pe no ana wo pe so ware na mo anya nware na mo ne mo ya adamfo keke what do I say what can ntro day ne koro ya obeka fa sa ba ne hu bia ni wo a ono no ye dey
ana basada koi Mami, see, on say almost keep record.
Oh yes.
And see, yes, they are not good record. They have good memory for things like that. If you are just a bit in your boy or some of these things, but say, some channel, we are. Maybe the next day also someone know he can refer you back. Say, now last week, no say now can and last year, no say now can and what do you know? That's now kind.
Yeah. Joe, that's the problem. The first thing I say, Shannon, no, atro. You see, there's nothing wrong, sir. And sometimes you decide not to say certain things to your spouse just to protect her because of the delicacy of asamna ewohono. Intibia umpese obekani ina chre. And of course, as a counselor, and I will tell you, say, and same to say, what Jumamun Semone, Yibia, a sensitive information, bina, ubet ma share with your partner, right? Even in America, crown, or Marabia, or your opinion, or a information you can't share with your partner. What I say, because they think, say, sharing with your partner compromises the worker where they. Oh yeah no. But Joe, sefa ade fa mo abusua no efa wankasa o person, o personality ho ne ade no. You need to be sharing information with each other. You need to have a conversation with your partner. Now a conversation amudi a entronko ana say wudi gu yiri trim, entronko ana wudi fa ukunu. How do you expect this marriage to have a firm foundation? Our be good because of lies and deception. Now, Mamino can be answered with the Romans chapter 1. No? Romans chapter 1, verse 29. No?
Verse 29. No? Say no, okay, I'll say, being filled with all unrighteousness, sexual immorality, I think fornication, wasn't also
Mhm.
wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, evil-mindedness. They are whispers, backbiters, haters of God, violent, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things,
Verse 20, 31 to 32, no saying.
undiscerning, untrustworthy, unloving, unforgiving, unmerciful. Who the 31 let's see one.
Uh-huh.
Who knowing the righteous judgment of God, that those who practice such things are deserving of death. Not only do they same, but also approve those who practice.
Exactly. Into ono either say o twa na yera tro na dansem na wo ka wo no adwuma wo die no ana say ono a on na da nso so na danfo bi ye bia o support no what ma say enti say na danfo bi emfa say ono na yere te edem na ne ono na danfo yere afre no ono yere na te o na danfo yere afre no say a friend saying, Wadamfo oba ho ene. Where to ho? O say ayo sesi a free her kwani. Because na dwen say e bia na asem asi ne yere no na damfo no fie nti o hye no. You are finding the na Bible kan wa no. Say oni obi wa onye sa na ema no bi o. But o support. Enti na da we say na o yere hwe. It's next time of Frau so down for no busan say Kojo or then obeka. Oh, on also so or de na down for no. We hearing you need that. The biana na so I am miensa ewo ho. And if say one of the things I had you.
Yo, my memfa eja samrem and somehow eja the Brasada kekeni o say nkontompu kakra bi o say that
me de so kan nkontompo chen atro wa ho o hwe mu a next ono ya ne illustration no kire se problem no enya atro problem no what is the cause nti a papa no efifie no nim so nkwa adwuma no ntimi nkan ne yire a lack of transparency nti ori ye bribi dikode no ye no onim se ye no ntinu ontimi mba ba mu nkire ne partner lack of transparency ntinu atro na atro no ye effect of a cause. What is the actual cause? And medemo fa counseling kakra obi de sa asem yi mi berebre me a men hwa atro no kan.
Okay.
Mako hwe cause no because uyi cause no fi ho a atro na asa atro bi ani
atro ni be firi ho
atro no ni obi mu nti me friend no lack of transparency and your partner should know everything. My adi will be a me. Should your partner know everything? Yes, the answer is everything except two.
Hey,
yes.
Any ehia bo ja.
Two no Shadrach Aboso. Confidentialities. Me a counselor. Okay. Joe and ne yere ba me ho. My wife must know.
And an Iraba report to the set. The Iraba
Mama warrior so we report to bia
Joe and ne yere back counseling. My wife must know say Joe and the wife are my clients. Okay. That's it. Asa esi eho. Details of your case, my wife should not know. And it borders on confidentiality of my profession. Because me yiri nim say Joe ne yiri eba me ho a na ochene bi me yiri hu say me ni Joe yiri nama. Wonam ho ye den. What you say? Okay. So that is one. Confident. Ebi a ya sorry. So ye preacher yi nkofo do one personal issues brel. Udu fia, hey, Ekuya Tanase, hey, and then near Shadrach Asempa, yet I bet to ho there be. Uye Asempa Kenny. The Americans, oh, me, Ekuya make a can sembi, Nienti a match, no, Shadrach the Assembly Brem in an Jesus. And that is it. No, we don't Nienti a watcher.
Okay.
I hope something American say, but you don't give your wife this. So, we are border on confidentiality. So now the second non-appreciative issues. I will explain it.
I just open mine.
Oh, you know, you're them profession. Or no profession.
Or teacher.
Oh, teacher, the be a child, but Shadrach a nurse. Now Shadrach a abafie, hey, and then you call theater. Nipa no yale okomososis, materimacisis, ni yusu instrument, maniapolis, apotopolis, and then, look, these things your husband will not appreciate. It will can't train na ye den. All he needs to know is you were in a theater for a long time. Asa,
let's create bro.
I also say niame kana say. So there are some details your partner will not appreciate. You don't need to give it to him or bored. Then you make the marriage boring for him or her. So too, if you order, there is nothing whatsoever in our partner.
Okay, the okay no. Obi the question about my Kenya no answer na what was so. Or say, is it necessary to discuss your past relationship with your spouse as in always or once or never? In the question no. Your man,
you can do it advisedly, but if you are not sure, sometimes when person may but my memory example, ewura me nantewe ansa na mehia meyere me ni jai na mehia meyere. Unum so no pam meyere wedding dress. Me enye unimo meyere nim.
Okay.
You see, and that is the level I say aware yetimi do. Meyere nim. Onim onokra de na ne material mam say fakoma girlfriend, because when there is trust what did I make an say? When there is trust, these things can be even, you can use them as jokes. And I make you say, "Money, I'm not going to mufinu, mawari mono." Many me yere ne yedi goruban ne yesa. When you are able to build that trust, and especially if your partner has the capacity, if only capacity now is better you keep it.
Okay.
And I'm paying period yenti a yenti mbue sa past tense na so no ye njaye ebi a nipa no de ye na jai but nipa no de ye na jai but ebi ya suban no ye njaye nti yentimi nka na se ye jai a de na nipa no trust me dem bio I hope so what I make an answer but obi ante se me na obi ante se me yire nti wo be no advisedly. And yes, oh sorry, now so susu party now she said any temperament. Or very maybe we all nim now who say. But you see, the problem is some people want to dodge realities. And what was it them? Therefore, on entry. So causes near chada can no carry, but that is effect of a real problem.
So yeah, all me at say you must modify
okay, sorry.
You are and what me at say you must modify no. I say lack of transparency.
Exactly.
Okay. But that's
it. Live and yet I throw and try and a devil. What did I make an say? And you have thrown and try and a day. But it's an in your yenintino effects. You know, but what's the real issue? The real issue is our side check. That's the real issue.
And then the side check. Second one, no. say ashofo a church on near the addition e betimi aboy ho. What is causing these things? You say lack of transparency.
Oh, cause of divorce, causes they lead to divorce, the adults. It be as simple as the differences or disparities between the partners, if they don't appreciate it. When they are ignorant, say we are different and we should
Okay.
learn to appreciate each other. And not to me, a bit to me, and no, now we better say, mempeni biom. Ni ho. What I make can I say? Because on say asset in a boredom or even busyness, and I'm not talking about business, I'm talking about busyness. I saw for it through. Not to say more, not prepare say more. And next Saturday, if you remember, so if you want computer on 1 a.m. because of Chino could preach. Monday or chariot into Otichi. Why is the end? No, we are learning. Nti obi yet obi call adwuma also no laptop. Obi kwanya or the PC no sign fee adwuma mu sign by. What did I make can say? So business can cause that because you make your partner born man and then lack of communication, and I'm talking about effective communication. They may be communicating, but when a communication patterns are not effective, senkutahudino yen iya and also the December because obi nti obi language as when I'm talking about vocabulary na sanya nipa net na asemasefa. So one who and also adwene. The other one yentimi nka ho asem and answer ye suru say ebeka because of economic issues. Role reversal or roles confusion.
But
Role confusion. Or very masedi and obia asedi and answer ni chafa ewa wari no mu. We are confused. And I've heard some Christians even telling men, say, Obia na okowari no nye juma enede onye juma dia in wari no. That is what Moses said. And let's open Matthew 19 verse 9. I mean, verse 8. Matthew
verse
19
8.
verse 8.
Matthew 19, verse number 8. It say, and he said to them, Moses, because of the hardness of your heart, permitted you to divorce your wives, but from the beginning it was not so.
Now, the word, the hardness of the heart, and then may concern hardness of the heart, not seeing things as God sees them. Not perceiving. So our na ye komu se no Nyankopon ahyehye no no saa na ye de adwuma ana ye susu sie ne munyansa enti eche nyame enti onyame rules na ode ama oberima yesesa no na ne ode ama obia no nso yesesa no ote enti eno saa role confusion no ama emerima ne bi afa ho adi ode hwe bibi yankan 1 Timothy 5:8 na hwe bibi wo
1 Timothy 5:8. 1 Timothy 5:8. But my main file and to just say eyanom utimi frɛ number no etwagu so no 0243836190 0243836190. Last week you try and then so you first bit me ama I call in but also is 1 Timothy 5 verse number 6 and 8 or say but if anyone does not provide for his own, especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than unbeliever.
So an irresponsible husband is worse than what?
Unbeliever.
Do I need to say anything in addition?
David.
And we have Christians who are just irresponsible. Or sorry, they are just irresponsible. And how can a woman live with such a man. And some women are also irresponsible. We have good men, good husbands. And obiano be sorry, say busuano day and fan. And look at the description. Also, that person is worse than what?
Unbeliever.
It's only per year anything.
It's a tuni saying.
We have When we church be to be assigned say, or you're responsible now. What will be that now?
Debbie, me who be aja.
You have the courage to do that. We don't. Just because we are even ignorant about these tests in the scriptures. But we are talking about the home. Someone who is totally irresponsible. And the Bible describes that person. He is worse than an unbeliever. Anyway, so the causes are many, but there is only one cause. In fact, there were things that jolt the relationship. It may say ma worry over a period na it may say a juma sem it may say in fact a decrease a Christophunia because we don't even discuss it. And most men have no clue about what is sex.
Hey.
They have no clue. Nediane says Sebi free so. Nediane is on the on and a diagona ne who is saneno. So biano a beye deyu and yet deyu and yen asem. And cases and make us up from experience cases were many. Yes, he only clue in fact only he doesn't know anything about sex. Just say one thing, so be penetrating. Asa.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
I holiday beba pa ma say ma me fa brasha da kemem ansa na by best abahon because there's question about me three more mebusa some of these things, but brasha da.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In fact, they are spending so much time discussing the issue of divorce, men divorce, so and things like this, and we are looking at Neoma with precipitate reactions. Say nipa person with jaya wade. I mean, we have spoken about a lot. What the come actually so transparency in the whole near the day, man, just can be business differences, role reversal, and all these things are happening. Do you have some of the other things in mind that Opesa will share? I bet me because we need these pointers. Send a bear. You bet me a who said you must say air qua a behun your business to your.
Yo, me that's it. I think another thing ese ye de ka ho ye di nkomo ye abobo biso de. But another thing ese de ka ho any me who said the missing canon na yenya na point, but it has to do with care for your partner. What I say now, me better when me call 1 Corinthians 7 no. I'm said you spend time discussing verse 10 to 15 no. But they are very, very instructive questions be verse 34 no say me kan
the camera no problem, but kind
me kan ma 1 Corinthians chapter 7 no and when you read the verse 32 no edeba na enkrofo ko busa question in let me give you the background of chapter 7 of 1 Corinthians. Corinth sorry no matra ko Paul ahokobusa Paul say awari asem kra ho asem to say and Paul started o catch him say ke yes say oberma mfa na ho enka oba na oba mfa na ho enka oberma it occurs asem we no o church name mu a but obedru verse 32 no and all can kire say verse 32 no all country say there's an issue. Now issue ni say the entire no advice say enka ebe ya mfa onka we nyina ne obi a obe ware bia no, you have a responsibility to your partner. It is our responsibility now work to your partner no. And our church say sa responsibility ninti no ema wo no ubenya adwuma ye ewo wawade mu. Na adwuma na wo ye ewo wawade mu no enti tio adwuma na wo ye wawade mu nti no emma wontumi ebia enye awrade adwuma no said the open. And we'll do verse 32 or say, but I want you to be without care. Men pese or how be brave batons. I want you to be without care. To also, he who is unmarried till they are unmarried, you know, cares for the things of the Lord. No, unmarried into na dream no ejina asore no nyankopon adwuma ne ade so. And I'll say, care for the things of the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he who is married cares about the things of the world, how he may please his wife. In the Bible, as I'm say, so be a warrior. And yet, on one to me, so young name, you better I said that person has a divided responsibility, or a responsibility in the church, or responsibility towards Nayiri, or responsibility towards Nema. What must say? In that case, in Intino, tell warrior, a casa babetia say, even though we are Christian, you should also have an extreme desire to care for your partner. And you do it with the mindset, say, oh yeah, I did show you because how Kosroa or some for Paul say, render to your partner the things that is due him. Now, your partner will render to you, which means that Jesus is interested in what goes on in your home. Now, Joe, I came across a passage in Genesis, and that day it changed my whole perception. In fact, a lot of things have happened in my life is as a result of that passage I came across. Enemy kind. Genesis chapter 18, no? Verse 17 to 19. Genesis 18, 17 to 19. And a proclamation Onyankopon make here about Abraham. Now, God wants us to care for our partners. What must I say? Now, once I will be here,
Genesis chapter 18,
verse 17 to
19.
19. The Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I'm doing?
What will make Onyankopon, the Almighty God, the Supreme Being, what must I say, the sovereign God, or no, on here permission from anybody, or revealing anything or not revealing, or a sovereign, or panoye or paonye. What will make God ask or no one can say, men hide this idea away from Abraham and her? It tells you the relationship that Abraham has built with God. The question is, was our relationship with God? And I'm asking that because of what some of Peter can say, you treat your partner here, you empire bon quiet. What must say? It is a one treaty partner here. Will God even think of saying, he said, Adia Mikwe men cancer Shadrach and Ama Minkancha? One guy's on when he did that. What must say? One guy's I won't know. Born into what you're working on, and then on no crash I dream was say, oh my boy, man, near there, all quiet. Twice, mammy.
I say, verse 18. Since Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I have
Abraham you, but Onyankopon because of the foreknowledge, knew said because of Abraham's sovereignty, God will surely bless him. And God will bless him and make him a nation. Joe, the amount who drew me, I can't passage away. Verse 19. Verse 19.
Verse 19. For I have known him in order that he may command his children and his household after him, that they may keep the way of the Lord, to do righteousness and justice, that the Lord may bring to Abraham what he has spoken to him.
Oh, Sasa we get me kind of here and come any better on Papa. Mammy church room. Bible say, when you go upon and making this claim, Abraham can't find home. And you'll be a change and Abraham and when you go upon can't find home say, for I know him. Me tell Sasa man and me shame. For I know him. When you go upon and can say, I know Abraham. Oh, I know him. For I know him, say, or no Abraham, no, will do what? Will he make command his children and his household after him? Say, or no Abraham, beshenema, nini fearful, no more di or no Abraham, no anamoechi, that they may do justice and they obey the commandment of the Lord. It is a number commanding a mamma or my son, or no angas or a or yes, sir. Or yes, sir. It is Joe, Nema Egua, what any being say. Young Casanema and K. Pesse, ye partners, Yama, and I don't know. Young as yes, animal. Others said, we have no respect for God in our homes, and insincerity has covered us all over. In the end, someone here can on what our dear or per se, ne yiri look good, me bona. Ne yiri nice, or yiri says, and who ye made a me poor ban and one, am the who ye fet. On one cast and a body hanging fufu. Hanging fufu. No. Maybe I want to get Hey, the way we're saying about the Nemoro
they working on without a fire. So I get them with you. I get them with
Shadrach, I didn't do body man. I would rub a stomach.
What I said, not Permano, Stabio, it just said, baby, a fool, quiet. Not ne more rare, 7 and 9 more ray, or the damn password, net at a now, oh, the 19 on Yanaki. Or powerful, or say, oh, Yare, or quite Juma Bar, no damn passo, King Cray, say, or so for him, not, oh, no, or bank, or Pia, or Qua Bana, Sabio, what in free, Nipper Bia, Sabian Cowan, what the idea, say, Oko, could you suffer for him, foul, no, I heard. What you no? What must say? And can we nipa ho e no ma nyame boy say nkamra ya ho because you feel free but enunti na nyame o ma nyansa na de samna aka ya bra bo ho na de sure ne sa na ma ni nyina ni spray ni ade a enti ma ho nye hwama o partner oh ma ho nye hwama o partner na ja ite da bia no na why ho secretary video bia e maybe obi de beto and Oka said, because of about a more.
Yet,
yo,
the network. Oh, Anna, Oka said, Obano, Oshia Obano, she was looking so beautiful, so nice, so neat. In fact, we said you're kind of sexy. I feel or what in the year, you know. Sabe Obakwaba, ne demo. I so not obey what Nadia Hata. What must say? bebia no oja bibia hato. I'm telling you, mom ka se mi chamo. Na me wo JHS no. Na me nim sister bi nete. JHS onye SS, JHS. Na mi sister na mkotena nchen, na mi kotena nchen na chro, na makotro mi BC. Na na downful. Any need nkobo about omumienu adamfo bi a ni kunu abeja no. And I'm say dey nti na ni kunu abeja no. I'm say asem no ntumi nka o. No say adey. No say ade oba ne ye no obi ante ase. And I say dey be ade no oye. O say ne ba no eja na nan a. Satan afi na diaper yi bi abeba. But don't say yes, so no na e bi na friends eh. And to maybe na cactus na cactus na clip a boom. And na omo e friends eh indomie nkwala nde omo ahu bi. Enti ta na ma no oye ne bani gya na na ochikira. No de ahye ne akonwa so pagya akonwa na de ahye ase. What do I say? And then you say, what is wrong with you? Joe, now me can say, so why do I say this too extreme? I mean, another extreme a inch out. Nebano ejan and naya, Nebano effing and tadeo, ultimately chef frigid.
Hey,
Masun say, and I'm this atom, or the chef frigid. My conclusion, me make it and say, this person has a psychological problem. And I say, oh, now you come. And so I will be a becker. But Joe wouldn't say, you won't crop for more you won't come. And so don't we, and this how they say. Where Jerry named Cardia was shed the quay, Juman by not where Jago from home. How did I say? Just any BBI, young colony BBI. So that is also a recipe for problems in a marriage. And to who or share said they know nimu or spotted or office or baby and now a juma be man also yeah near man nice now they mood date said and I see ya home na be clean no or what will we you know why jaye okay move fee I just say I lion for and a bed packet. See all these things are if you say a ma a nijankasa our dear no a yifru. My question is will God say these words that he said to Abraham? Say, I know him, that he will direct his children to go after him. And these are a lot of issues. For me, I think say and also can be and our dear
community some few comments but in some the old broson they are bronsome. So but make cash for say you can call in 024 3836-190 024-3836-190. You can call in WhatsApp call yebefa and our friend normal call so yebefa. We are discussing marriage and divorce controversy and then you see a proof divorce proof our marriages and how you hana it's here I bet me lead to these things and who are some and I go so I can I mean kind of few comments will be there but Charles appear I say may God bless you guys. I really appreciate because I'm watching live from Gonu. I think I say Isaac Major. I say every married couple must listen this show together. Believe me, it solves most of our problems. Fawcett too, so it's sad watching live from Holland where my comfort. Patrick Abisi from Ohikumas no free. Kwame, honorable Kwame, so say I really appreciate the discussion and I'm watching you live from Labadi. May the good Lord bless you. Michael, so say is it necessary? Okay, well I've discussed that. Ababi, say God bless you. Richard is also free. Cape Coast UCC. Unfortunately, you know, also now when you notification in them, yes, so all more than say be a winner in them. Yeah, Rita. Okay, good. I think that we a question I pop it up, but but send me a phone. Offer 024-3836-190. Ibinya na yeah no didn't come out. Yeah, can say out to be freezing because you had a nyat break for TV for calling. Yeah, can say okay offer yebe pause na agye wasɛm no nansa ne ato aso ba Ejasa my mom kaka na mame return some you say how do you deal with marriage when a partner is not willing to work things or don't see anything wrong with it? Okay, so your work say adwuma but we there I say na brasha da keke say akoyi mpa dwade ana what ka
one say marriage organism. You can organism bibia enua timi repair no ho etimi grow otimi enyi no ho. Inti couple nankasa no you have a lot of issues mo amobetimi asiesi. Na nemo ne ewo mu no say anytime bia yankasa yet we so when we are sick physically ye first aid ebia mamemfa para bi me ho ayehye me fa para ana me talk of syrup bi me ye na se enjaya then na me ye we dey me sorry moderator me send bisa question esa na ewura no asem no nti no se me ti ye me ya na me top para me num nanu even advert no kura beka say wo fa nanu na enjaya
ko doctor
exactly. Inti when I sang come on kasa na mutimi repair mo mutimi fix it name bi. And so married couples bia won't make effort say problem ba wo betimi affix. But say nansa nanu na wo ho antowa. Please
Cool doctor.
Please, we are there to help you. You see, recently, a church brought a couple to me. Now, what a couple no, they want solution within 1 week. And I called the leaders. I'm going to say, look, it doesn't work like that. More they are sorry, the couple, I worry for the one semba, more transfer, more per se, dana moka, na mu bobi bim, na mu bobi 4, no be pachao, na mon sorry, na mun year 2, na mon common koda. That be nessa. And Mechiron said, I need to listen to both couples. And so the person is given ample time. Without any interference. Then the other partner will come. Without any interference. As a counselor, no. Me who one kasa no me the causes. Who causes of the problems, symptoms, and the effects of the problem. Now, me analysis in every. If I'm not sure, there are certain tests. What me here?
Ejasa.
Yes.
One afraid na free.
Good evening.
Evening. But odi ni baby free.
If that is okay.
Sure.
So
Sure.
you told kasa ni eti we so.
So my question is, I love the discussions. Thank you. So for a young person, you've gotten into marriage. Obviously, in life, we all make mistakes at the point. Sometimes, at the age of 20, 21, you've gotten married. You get into it and you realize that, no, this was a huge mistake. You tried everything, it's still not working. Marriage is so toxic, but because of your faith, you are in it. But just not working. My question first is God okay with an unhappy marriage? That's the first. Second,
So but dinaso mame. Dinaso kaka. But odini biu. Nya odino.
No, I'll say he want to remain anonymous.
Oh, okay. So pacha me. Ejasa.
Yes.
But say utie the conversation no. I think that our first response is any conversation.
No, I'll say that's the first one.
Okay.
I said
Okay,
marriage is
so
toxic,
that's
toxic, and it's so toxic, and you need to stay in it.
do
And
I
to
think
be that
as
question,
marriage
is God?
seem
Bro, hold on, my answer.
yes.
I think that what he's saying is that the first part, and it said
Mhm,
the marriage, said all kind has issues. He entered in the marriage at an early age, and
mhm.
later on he realized that only and there may be said corner.
Okay.
Is God happy in such a situation? So no why would you on you happy? That's the first thing. He's coming to the second one. So if we can allow him to finish that.
Okay.
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 Mm.
So
Yes, I think that's important. But the second is that do I still remain and keep working and on this? And how far can we go on when we've been to a lot of places, counselors, whatever? You realize that you made a mistake from the beginning, but you are in it. What do we do? Thank you.
that's it. With the beginning say as a backup for Nati, that's ne umbre and adaji awanya na upese unu no kure wumu. That's ejasa. So ye ba de okra oka ni nyina okakra na
No. Niamekana ne answer. Obenya answer wo niamekanim.
Okay.
One, I can say we've been to so many counselors. I don't know counselors who are wako, but like I was saying, when you go to a counselor, some cases, me explain this way. When you go to a place like Kolebu or Jean, say Kumasi, my friend there, Jean, Cat,
Mm-hmm.
Konfanochia,
Yes. Cut.
yare ne yewo ni nidi so. Obi wo hɔ a outpatient. Nti ene na ọkwa yebema na duru na ọkọ fie. Obi wo ha yebeji na to emergency. Na ye treat ne kakra ansa na na akọ ward. Ebi bedi 1 week, ebi bedi 2 months, obi wo hɔ akra 6 years or that's all hospital onya ne healing. So ye pe solutions no temtem. But like I was saying, me tie ni nyina na me ya analysis wie a na se bibi kire madwuna me san ye test. Me ye test na results no mu nyina mbeba. Me na mo atena se. Na ma kire mo the kind of therapies and the number of sessions you need.
Mm-hmm.
So counseling no say call counselors so no offer 1 2 no tie mu asem no obua. My brother, enye counseling, advice. Obi frame me. Oh yes, Obi frame me. On na yere wo issue bi. Me koi. Enti me no won kasa ya na me cho say me ka cho say. Nia me mam ya advice me have not administered any counseling. Advice na me dia mam. If you have any problems, then come so that I'll take you through the processes for healing, proper healing. And this our call counselors ho in our friend what trans 1 2 no wo bu before no what you be se kona koye we na no sorry koye me paracho advice na one man.
Mm-hmm.
Take proper counseling. When you go there, you will see comments will be mine just last week. Also, I have now seen the difference between counseling and counseling. Your kind of no. Ultimately, because for the past 3 months, she has been with me. Okay, no conclusion in the remarks. I've seen the difference between counseling and counseling. It is now scientific. If you have results, no me de brewa wa na we fi science akrai. It is our hospital na ka just say o malaria ye 3+. And it tells you say this o kwadwuma because we are serious. Na e so for we duru ni. Wow. Inti me go clients be bring me send some of the results no we ba no we fi asekura e ye hye ansana I will take them, explain to them the therapies they need to go through. My brother, marriage is not toxic as you are saying. Ubahwere na ebiribi kiti bi. Ina ntiase nyamba muntamu ye. O can say o ware ntem. I don't know your age how they worry. But me am to me worry answer na me di 21.
20 years.
20. So just like me, me worry 20. Me worry answer na me di 21. And I've been married for 44 years. What did I make an say? And yes, okay, me who be ashasi, me who be
Ejasa, your own Oblo ka say one worry more than the number of years to cry Martina see. That of I was saying
they tell am person make the sleep na me sleep because okansa na e will nipa 44 omohwe life.
So we also have bad issues, and we still have issues. Like I said earlier, issues. For instance, Obibaka said a nagging. Last week or so, me yere kasa sa na me fa me phone na me chere na me say remote mute, not the film no sro kwa. But awari bi o ha ni kunu nim no ko fa phone, not the chere mute e be ntokwa. So the question is, then na me the mute no ye the sro. Then me can say, o kasa ya ka asem na wi. But the minimum say na me ati ni no, no koso no kasa na me fa phone say mute. Sorry. Wow. So these are some of the things. Something warrior do baby. I feel these are differences, disparities. Never be na muhun and ebedu baby no na be part of you are. Bonnie and enye burden, enye and cause anxiety and cause boredom. Be emma. And you need to be there. You need to reach there. Me nua Shadrach or ade so oria in some people make we say jana minimum make bibi how to handle the money at home. Also he didn't know. And also oye no onyani peace. And no na mention public and no hia no abi hu mi.
Okoye de ma unti.
You see, brother now or friend, my man a typical example. A lady came to me, Nikrum match up money. Now me say, Kora also there be Nikrum money 50 cedis a week. Or yeah, Juma Ben, no waka. Inji or you we now miss okay, Omra, men and trans. Offer pen paper, men and a bayan conta be. Also, we Kuruma 50, or bet me amount 200. Okay, a Juma, you're waiting me amount 200 every week. All right, Hina neto seminar. Also ni kunu neto. Into which seminar na auto ahen a week. Also 20 series. Into me say 20 series chema. Yen 2 series a day. Na yedi aka 50 no. Hina ne tuya light bill. Also ni kunu. Na ya chim na me de aka 50 something no. Hina na tuya fees. Hina na tuya rent. Hina na ewe. Yes a sen no. Is a weekly ni kunu spend as much as 300. I will feel. Well, but once Obiana Juneno, a 50 pen or the man into the husband is, and this is what we call counseling. So I'm not going to tell you, say, Ukunusikano, Uyiriskano, the man is Febicano. No, many Ninas, a Ranankasa who say no. Back home, Bameho, also Nikrutum yet ding. Adaya, Nikrum maniska. Eh, also, why, yeah, let me say, oh, I didn't know why, yeah. Ose hwe se shop de okoje mame o ma misika na mento ne mangum ma ka wa ma misika mia misika na me ko fa ne magum na me say oh fine wa usika o say ma ware mfi an o say 4 years na me say wo ba ware ase no papa ma usika hen o say mente question ase na me say wo te ase yi ano wo ba ware o papa sika hen no ma o so wa ma misika bia okay o ma me nso ye o say there bi unuanum we ma osika bi dwetri bi adeba ware na ase o se da bi enti saska na wo de fa na ema gu stone le fi aya sika me kunu ma me no na me save nkakra na me se ewura na we na wo se okunu timu ya din na ne timu ya din na sa na oka asem no wan hwe abaka se ne kunu no oyodini afi ote ho and she started crying osuinsa na me kan say look ebia nia wo hwe nim say ukunu be ye no onye ne sa enti ma ukunu no mra na entrance na hwe how a mo betimi aye ne ma we so binua me pacho marriage is not toxic onyankopon ani ja ware no ho and he will want it to be fixed and enti wa ma ebinim nimdie a wode ye sade no please ye yare physically we go to the hospital when you are sick emotionally go to the emotional clinic. They will take care of you. don't go to me fro be quack. I'm sorry, but don't go to untrained. Look, Jonathan, I mean, this is our question. Church, moya sick bay, and for na modu won go. So one question. The church create sick bay. Obi ba na me hu do na. And for na modu won go.
The weaponness be a
Obi owo health training.
yes.
And then marriage dia mo hwehwe bi.
Yeah.
Na no de obi a wawari bi ankotra.
And then maybe busa you see any follow up question. I think say well maybe you can say unim the intino the year na what than assembly na what correct the maker na e be attack mu. It seems to me say baby I met here there man I measure there African your culture of going to hospital no you lucky kakra I say probably you be hospital I say I don't know I na body pana to ho pa and I see a man so yeah like ya chire no that's obehu same that na no I say also Pedro bi ato hospital na ka say me ya o ma medru sa anti by the time I'm here neighbor hospital na team and we apply that with our real person. It's say most cases no you better say be a council akwa enko you better asore ni mu na asem na ye aye me coffee men kan sa
Ma menkyere mbibi me menya cases ba me ho na ye spiritual issues me direct won kwa asofo me refer me ye referral intimate srema asofo no monye referrals mesremo churches no monye referrals mesremo because amafo man kura duru metimi ama one example osofo no na adwene a ode di nipa na chidi bai no asem ne bai no na bebi osofo no nam na ho eto ote mekanase na ho eto inti mesremo the fact that mercy dan da no enche say church si dan a mon frame George Asame be carpenter na member boss. Mercy Dinda, yes, still metimifi, yes. Until you be sit down, George Asame si Dinda to be carpenter na. Is that what we are saying?
No.
You'll be worried then to your counselor. Muyi Manuel, muna mote wono, mutu no. Master what?
Yo, brother, no, the question, no, the ejakano, where you be, no, but there's something he brought up. I want us to really consider it. Or say, does God want them, like, does God want him to live as someone, or they are a whole what they are saying? Is God happy, say? Or no, everything what they are say na obedi arehoana. Joe, I want us to discuss that thing. So about Boami and Kayanko, the book of Malachi. Na yensha DB. I don't think sir ebia obusa no, but I see the emotions, I see the emotions name. The kind of share me feeling man say how they kasa. That's how I feel. And I don't know say maybe I'm most who is but I'm going to say oh I'm take a say
no
in Malachi chapter 3 no Joe so can kind but me can say chapter 3 me boy.
Yeah, okay, chapter 3 is here.
Aye, but you can kind a free. Oh, say.
I think me say be open chapter 2, verse number.
Chapter 2,
chapter yes. 2, verse chapter number 10. And
yeah, free 13, Emra verse 15. Malachi 2, 13 to 15.
I say, and this is the second thing you do. You cover the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping and crying. And he does not regard the offerings anymore, nor receive it with goodwill from your hands. Yet you say,
Meba, try remember what also. this part of the passage of Malachi, the prophet was dealing with a asofwa omuba ede afode ebre onyankopon be hyem wa afore ene ade ena omo onyankopon kan kire sa asofo ne se muba manim se mo ba be bo afode a na mo be su agum afode buchi aso ena nkrofo onyankopon kra yenye ne dey da ben no we yakobusa we right ajansa eno awokobo afode no usu afode buchi anoso o se da bi na we abusa na eno awoso kobo afode no usu ya na we se da bi nti onyankopon why is it saying yesu to asoma me
see yet we say for what reason? Because the Lord has been witness between you and your wife, the wife of your youth, with whom you have dealt treacherously. Yet your companion
when you say esuna musungu ma fori buchi aso no enye mo na physical musu there be name mum se mo ba ma fori buchi aso a when I see you, I see your wives crying at home. The crying a wo fa so ene no wade no. I see ni so a wo so fie ho through wo. And Nyankopon ka say the two shall be one. Ti asesa. God sees we yere esu a wo su no through you. Enti wa for buchi ano, ma for buchi amoba ho no. I am not pleased with it. Because you are shedding tears on it. Joseph, oh yeah, mamma. No, saying. Yet she is your companion.
Yet she's your companion and the wife of your by covenant. On your wife by covenant. But did he not make them one, having a remnant of the spirit? And why one? He seek godly offspring. Therefore, take heed to your spirit, and let none deal treacherously with the wife of his youth.
Enti Brano our Kasaya no also worry at the age of 20. You say Openyi Kasembi. The first thing I mean to me, he has to do, and it's a on top parazon. Eja parazon here this senior man. On top. Now on top amonching. Non top.
Why a prophet?
They when
you prophet, when
you are 7 years, most of them. Ompe anke twade. Ompe ade bia yifi bia. Non fan wash sa ade no emfiri na adwen. What I say, so one wash sa ade no emfiri na adwen mu a. It doesn't matter. Approach bi obeteki bia no. It will come back to him thinking, say, he did a mistake at the beginning. Joe, I wish, say, me worry at the age of 20. In fact, I wanted to marry at the age of 22. No here, and then community. We hear them community. Me worry no, na check. Me can't tell my worry. Me nimza oba kika boom up in me age. Into me.
Now age the popular na one in.
You know, me say the brother I'm begging him say only raises no free na dream thinking so worry elinti that is the root of the problem. It's not the root of the problem.
It's not. No.
What am I saying? It is rather even a blessing say worry him because worry at the age of 20 by 30 years not when buy or 10 years old. But yes, by the time Obenya 41 years, now Obey 20 years. Now say be Abia and Obey University. How blessed.
Yeah, exactly.
In the sight of all people. I don't think say marrying early is the problem. I don't me co-school no. My classmates Abrafonon Kalani be 18 years, 17 years. No, why branch no. When you're 18 years, not in the wedding invitations now, they are.
What?
Not me share any of my friend.
Because I want the guru. 18 was so worry. Mohana Motia na mudi guru.
Yeah. Na yere no so this year 17 years.
What?
One more. Not say. And I was like, and he said you na asumesi eko 40 a onware. So, you see,
Obi ameka wa do fe hwe so na ka wasem.
they come as the Abraka. Enti no, brother no any sad in infinity. Now, Joe, the next thing I saw you be said the Jackana, he should look for a counselor, ja asan or a janu betima kasa na wabwa. But Joe, me feel say even before a ja ebebano, on one kasantanasi, because mostly a man be hard, a man be so hard, but mostly say the Jackana right from beginning of your discussion. Say as soon as he kofine kwajo, de intina mo say when a big can be born me. And I will say a free way because me born on and kawa mumi bia can talk about day. So most of the times, we understand it. Most of the times, I didn't know how a static kitty. One way, yeah, not the whole reaction. I would be mad, dear, no. Now you are not going to quench the fire, you are rather going to fan it. If you want to petrol, and the brother should sit down and ask himself, say, what made me love this lady in the first place?
Okay.
Now, Obisa said, is God happy with the marriage? So they are a whole marriage. And God is not happy. But God is not happy, no, does not mean, say, God wants you to leave Obano and go and take another one. And no, he's not going to be happy with it because what was it? Because marriage is not breaking, the marriage is not breaking on the point of fornication. But rather than check yourself first. Mostly problem no burn free. Wow. Oh, you know, Sabe oyere na worry na oye ababa awane because worry at the age of 20, roughly your wife could be around 20, 19 or 18. Until unya be 30, 35 no. And now 40 no o he oba na ase wo ya abo abrewa bi ase
me wara unti na asem na enti fa nko ho
okay me come I said
unti na asem na ya enti mesrew
ya me fa nko ya counselor mate na mo me da me the baba
but na generalize no but don't address
generalize me the Bible kai say ada ye bo Adam no Adam ye bo Sarah. The Sarah, any new trans 900 years in poor.
You mean Adam ni Eve na?
Adam ni Eve. Now me kind of say.
Sarah say, "Who is concerned with me as how?"
How? Any
Adam ni Sarah.
Adam ni Eve. E worry best 900 years.
How are our person
Eve now, what am I kind of problem called Eve? Adam ni Eve were 900 years. It means you can marry for a long time.
Yeah.
Joe, say we're going to be praying for him. You may not say or link it up with some of us. Number no, so now you know enkasa.
That's it. But just a question. Na me pese ye ko ho no I say hona gro no ede no say comment me so about comment no o question abusa me ne say adena asepaka for no obi ba na fa ne say oba obi aba sorry na won so atwa hwe a ntem na na aba no so twi tema ha me we e ma no so a tema general hospital na ku ha doctor for kiki ni aka ne so na me to Matthew na mkusua ye. Mkusua Matthew sia Luke na mkusua me nyoma na mo. Yes. Ma kwatra me Bible no. Of course, Bible is too but na Bible you know. Adan na yan refer, in fact yan refer the crony.
You don't do refer.
Yan refer that. Me who be ya refer that. Yan refer into obusa. But
try to solve.
Yes. Na the ntia me pese ye ko ho ne say obi abusa baako and me mesrel say bia we question anu we are now wasama my picture of how the church should be doing things, particularly pre-marital issues and say no mu siesie omo ba ware no any impo ma ware asori na ware oma ware omo wa asori mu a issues asha ase omitime but obi question say we ekwaku adu ni question or say is it better in solving marriage problems seeking advice from marriage counselor or marriage committee in the church? The question, yeah, but it is in the line of they're discussing.
Yeah, kind of. And I think no. If the marriage committee, married professionals, because they will handle it professionally. But if the marriage committee, one year counselors, say me resident, me a carpenter, me board dying so no dear, and then not a problem. A problem. They are doing well, and I mean, no counselor will say they are not doing well. But you see, say ope, say obeye bribi, and say hunim dear, and so dantem. And so dantem. Sanka yenyina yenyanka, sanka me ba yare a, nanka me ametimi asane yare o. Nanso, ntimi nsane yare, you say me doctor, nti na ese me de ne ko, baby a wo behwe no. Nti mimi susu se ebre na so se churches no was hwe saadi we. In fact, in most cases ye pe obi kwa no ahwe ye sika sem so ye pe obi owo accounting hunim de owo sika hunim de. Nti aware a se mame nchiro aware abeye kenten ama minim say na mo frɛ kenten but kenten basket ama church no na church ni konsu guma na
if you
aware say churches. And it is not about the ordinary members only. From head to the toe. If you penny fosso, about then tem kosi mofraso, aware good church. Obi oha, say church no was stance, untimi njai, untime jaya sorry. Me jaya sorry na, so untimi makati mintimi njai me, yiri mintimi njai me kun.
Yeah.
And are we happy? Are we okay? So it is time we take a different approach. We need to really look at it. Say your friend counselors, they can do certain things, but they should also know even sick bay ne kurano. It is there for emergency first aid. I don't think church be admitting to be exactly. Let them be there as advisors, marriage committee, like the persons, and I like the way he put it. Because Miss School no say church counselors are your friend marriage committee. School no say mon friend mon marriage committee. Na mama advice. Near promotion mon refer. I like the way he put it. Also marriage committee. And it's okay. But they are not professionals and they call themselves church marriage counselors. Well, counseling so yes
also
Shadrach ka efin ewure bi oye fin ene eyi no ni nyina no ye kire sex ye take you through all these things because a part of esa body no utimi sie prepare my partner. This is what mean prepare your body my partner. That then and we'll take you through every be a womb be anti misrel no what's the second one no na wen
me second one say fan say asoro no oba bi ni be mpeso me wane is it the pananka asoro no omoye be boa ma to prevent some of the issues in terms of counseling no is it should the marriage committee always handle it and I say bia ebeya mo say omo sha say omo no kasa kakra na nka omama at least some time to go and see a counselor.
Exactly.
They
can do some preliminary checks. A church no say na church pe wo ne mafa. Na wo wi a na one handing over my professional counselor. Until the church can say be a church because okay your person hospital will be yare and adwuma mo timi because the hospital will be yare onko ho no. The church also can adopt some professionals. Until say when you be they can do the preliminary ISA to say nipa no aware conforms to the church's rules with the American say. So they can do that. Well, then they handed the person to a Christian counselor. Mind you, doctrinal issues between aba until you make sure say maybe out no corner. Make sure say maybe out no corner or you're safe. Also, what the American say. And so, all the church should also find resources and sponsor those who are willing to go to school, to go for the training, the professional training. Even more preachers, if the church will sponsor you, namanya professional counseling, professional aka, it is okay. I also tell them can say they should sponsor people, to do that because church in me, my main count story. I went to a congregation. I had a 1 month program with them. Now before that month, now when you 1 month, what are you giving? Into what 1 month a year giving, and I won't giving a payjai by some percentage. In the first day, preacher introduced me no catch one say this month you be marriage and the family or the home. Now Australia na giving a payja no. On pese you be can ware seven no giving no na fi won yire fi na giving number fam. No they introduce me we my opening statement me can say I'm assuring him say asumdwe wo fie a giving be kosoro. Unim say also no one giving was around 2,000 3,000. Into what year lessons in EVA no now one shoot above 4,000. By the time I'm if you no one hit 10,000 per week.
Asumdwe
Aba fie. Amount for fie asset to once. Because people will come and tell you, say, we didn't know. Ni says an identity, ni says an identity. Asumdwe fie aba fie. It is say, oh, you didn't know kukra to me tenase say, na ye 50-50. No say my end too. It's because oh, you didn't know kukra to me tenase county bon. Oh, to me more. Wow. Inti okay, we beka say bia o ya counselor ndi na kaza no ye nim ne ye hu na ye hu mo a ye de eboa church. It is a different calling altogether. In fact, the Bible says, in the multitude of counselors, preachers.
Hey, and then we that. That. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yes.
Exactly. And you need to be trained.
I think so,
you see, previous years, the home system, family system, a council, nipana and sana when ye do be obeware. But menu and pass a say, look, your man will create tablets. I mean, in prayer, Kurana, near a Shadrach quotation, but it is one of my popular quotations I use when I'm teaching parenting about Abraham 19, verse 19. So I know Abraham. So thank you for bringing it up. I know Abraham, so no do best shenema. I'm a word the memra sense. But says a yembi say, you are the Jew cry, you are the Jew, I had to tell your man. Inti mofrano one kasa no yen woni mo hwe inti please bibia wone mre yen bie mu binu mu bie ma me no asan ya enne ukosa oba you be in trouble. What even kasa wo anyway mami benzi ebre naso let us do this.
I think there's an issue here you raise here opinion say you be kan wan say actually. In fact, opinion yes or can away say on Fanto never can was but I just want to bring it up now. Abia yemfa ya no and Kolibia opinion to be become and it has to do with sexual relationship in marriage.
Yes, yeah.
I think say there are a whole lot of issues in our world now. Emma sexuality be a very, very delicate issue. And I can't say me. I think I was preaching somewhere and I can't say someone said almost everything be as I say, is linked with sexuality.
Yeah.
What do I say? In fact, on social media, so no one careful. Like sexual things. But as much as say a increase, you know, a cameo to say we have not been also talking about the decency of it and the fact say even though you say the economy it does not apply to the marriage couples. No.
Yeah.
It's say the marriage couples, you know, is an ingredient.
Yeah, okay, no. You are making it so big. I don't say you're online, but Anna, we don't know even the year group and things. But calm down a bit in specifics. And no clothing, no kasa no rather than just vague. It makes as I'm crowd.
My someone make kind of say, yo, fat sexual things on someone. Idea so like more frane and Mario and social media so who's her name man. But I come here to say a ban who has some canoa yen cano ye yen can kase and chere here ma aware for because the more so na ebe so rampant on social media na the nature say ukru fa ho a ukushia oyere so fa ho a oyede okushia. Then how do you make sure say we fa obeshia no and ye making sure say may a trap for us outside our marriage. That's what the first time person can say. The second thing is say yo ye mu bebre ewo our mu make us see some people our mu no akwakoye to say woman who almost say they say about to say minimum crew they say about to say obani nimia. I don't get it. I me my office na ma me be bad. Oba na ye di nkomo na ware mu nkomo keka nsem bia. E na me busa me say when was the last time? In fact, I gave her a preamble. Say, me be busa question. A question on the sexuality. Is she comfortable? No, say, oh yeah. And I'm saying, when was the last time on any crucial? No, that form. And I'm no. I want to know something. Yeah. I was shocked to hear say for the past 3 years, you know, Ninukunu Enya encounter better 3 years.
1 year, one
project. Say Ghana one go project.
One go project.
Like the way I was shocked. Now me share me man. Oh no. Was also shocked and made me a shock. Because to her, no, Nikunu, you're okay with it. And I'm saying, no. If your husband is not getting it from you, either say
he's getting it somewhere.
One more, I fed up with it, or he's being fed somewhere and you're fine. So, you know, I think say our brethren need to understand say having a sexual relationship with your partner, no, a commandment. It's a command. In 1 Corinthians 7, on Paul McKean say a command on your media mind say do not deprive your partner from it. A lot of marriages or the emotional stress and the idea you can ho enti or the ho sa now are no team no adwembo ne abufuo ne nema bebre na koma entene e wo Nyankopon anim. And a lot of people, if we are not careful, will go to hell because of Sadia. And to me, if you say it is hard time, preachers and advisors, men as counselors, advisors in our churches will start looking into Sadia. And opinion, but it said the churches in year programs now. I think that our marriage classes should be renewed, or lessons should be taught on some of these things to deal with. And yes, my dream, a lot of marriages are collapsing because of these unfortunate things.
Yeah,
Well,
yes, sir. You can come.
Shut up. Oh, friend, I'm not making me go school. Yeah, me call.
Yeah.
Me yes, continuous professional training. In fact, it was about since Wednesday up to today. It did not because we were upon 7. It was virtual anyway. Look, now can yes, what you kakra say 3 years, 3 times. Na just say our girl. Ebi so wo ho a adesu kakra na menya no. Ebi so wo yes sir. We have a lot of, apart from moral issues, we have a lot of disorders. Your libidinal disorder, arousal disorder, orgasmic disorder, resolution disorder. In fact, your female disorders, your male sexual disorders. And since Wednesday, training there was one disorder, that one, the Mecca and it will also shock you. So my minima will shock. It will also shock you. We were told there is a fantasy disorder, sexual fantasies disorder. Yet, when we're discussing functional sex, fantasy was the first thing I had arousal ever. So it was like, what a contradiction. So I asked the professor who was handling the class, said, "It's her fantasies disorder. Or I saw them cry no or fantasize or a juma na sex so which is and this is a disorder, a disorder rather than a addiction, fantasies addiction. Okay. And we also need this fantasy to have a functional sex. What if they answer the mommy? And I tell you, me catch them. We all have fantasy addictions. Also, the fantasy must be only on your partner. And this is what Jesus rightly said. So, now condona which means that you cannot just go around say now your fantasies.
Yeah.
Into fantasy, you are addicted. If it is not on your partner, if it is on your partner for the whole day, it's okay. But once it moves outside your partner, you are suffering from fantasy addiction. So you see, these are some of the things. The church may organize programs. We can generally, the scriptures have its own way of handling sex, about morals and the things we need to do and we don't need to do. In at the other side, technical side, and also we also need professionals who can tell us all this is say I didn't me yire ho nyema kono ade na me kuru ho nyema kono enso me mfa me yire chi me mfa me kunu chi na so akono ni ho fi asam ya wo kan ya na te se na wo kan no, and which means eno kura no ebi ye tetewe environment baby ofiba ina ebi so wo ha o disorder
Disorder.
Yes, disorder. Cleanliness. It do address it, come on. But do fear sad disorder because if it is not mental disorder, how can you keep your child's soiled diapers in a refrigerator? A disorder. Ubaya test, no disorder. I'll tell you. Indeed, some people come, conduct, run a test on them. We are able to determine a lot of disorders. So, thank you. Say watching ya about so, but yen so and say church and also juma doors no to me as individuals and so we should seek help from professionals. Please, if you be carpenter graphics, you go to a professional. You go to a professional. We go to professionals. You pay preachers. Yard better, you can't be to me preaching. Me to a mature letters me person be preaching more for me. Because because me
there be foul.
Aha. And then I person do for me Jumaye. Me no so because I also work out training, you know, where counseling. And I say, Uko school now koye law. Now you're accounting in there. Do you call yourself an accountant? Oh, yeah, law. It's all a little bit of accounting. And so you call yourself an accountant.
And then your friend Beza. And your friend Beza.
But there's a few things about I think that you're responding at ABM my main kinds of few comments about Kwame watching from Antwerp.
But before then, Joe, my main cases you can't divorce them. In Nima you discuss here numri, say you know because divorce you bet can want them but and yet send near etc. Because a lot of them could be prevented.
Yes. Again, as someone okay, so serious, say, why would a couple marry so happy?
Exactly.
Now, all of a sudden, and Comodiano had done a divorce as him. How?
Exactly. How? I mentioned what I saw in my office. A couple, one worried that. Wo men wa be wie session back on still a commanding you into the bufu work on in will be a bufu. Now another couple one if no be worry premarital counseling. So when them there bufu piano now premarital one another was sro no ba. And then I sat down and say, yeah, we are sepa e bi wo ma wo there bufu piano. E bi dem there nije na ewurem. And then we
also way I come Kwame also.
When is the samba? Wait, Anthony Asari say watching you live from Supplement Ga West. Jacob so say Almighty God bless you all preachers. Also share with faith Tadi. Anna Patrick Abin so say these issues should be discussed or Bible classes. Yeah, Michael. J Labi and so the great insight. Now Michael also say watching you live from Ghana. Ni questions watching you live from Paris. And Patrick Abbey, well, I think. But the question we are some of or J Ebua or say professional counselors are scarce in the church in the country at large. How does one become a professional counselor? I need the telephone number of business. Mr. Anna, just Samuel J. Your number needed to now after we can really give you. You can really get in touch with us now. As a number amount. Be out here, Biano. And I said, okay, no. You moved to do an pay counseling. Say, I said, now is was sitting or ya. No, I had a pharmacy shop. Ubako dentist, one called dentist.
My yard to Mr. Bakwe, yeah. But the dentist in the kitchen is me bantama and go to Seno.
Pharmacy shop. Yeah, become a prescription. You won't pay you, mammy. Now, me Franco. To say how many professional counseling training institutions do we have in the church? Because marriages is essential in the church and salvation. Most of these people in some marriage committees have questionable marriage issues. how do they even counsel people in marriage? And yeah, I'm watching to say I think that most marriage problems arise as a result of disregard for proper Bible studies. Also, when parents fail to teach and practice proper marriage lifestyle in their homes, and so higher man so and so say Brashadrak with your samba. Also, you are very right. A lot of marriages are collapsing, and very close brothers on this problem. Okay. I just of Christ just to say great studies. Just your final comments now, Yanko. Now, Brashadak also your final brief comment. But just I will be grateful. Say ube touching much more on basic help. No? It seemed that I said there was some sort of meaning say scare you slow say I said na na me akrome chira krobia de na akra no describe say I think say wonya encounter with robbery so my I'm for several years untimi na and I'm catching
he's suffering from trauma.
Yeah, what problem? Go hospital no. Oh yeah, go hospital and
counselor now say psychologist. Trauma, post traumatic, or suffer. He is suffering from that event because he's suffering from loss. What should our robbers are attacking? Into niawo wi I wonu eno emeba trauma. And if he ne koma a bit to emotions, he has been traumatized, and because he has not received healing. So he needs to go through therapy, so that he will recover. And yes, maybe for the one here could have been infinite them because I'm Robert's bear attacking the bisa or Dana Akoko Atefrekura to Nana Kumetu. So he has been traumatized and he needs some form of healing.
But
it's not only about marriage, it's about a whole lot of things. Grief, trauma, what's my final comments? My final comments, and I say, there are a lot of causes they divorce ever. And in two churches, and therefore say, yes, we will talk about divorce, but we should also look at the causes and how we can prevent them, help couples to prevent even the causes or the conflicts in marriage to escalate. It could be a prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. And so whatever it takes for the church to put in place or put in order to prevent these conflicts, it will go a long way to help, and it will reduce divorce rate. Divorce rate cannot be totally removed or eradicated. No, divorce cannot be totally, because then divorce, but the numbers can be reduced.
That's it. My main match was so. Brashadak. Bansan obey, my main kind of comment back about Richard, the betum say the mechanic post-traumatic stress disorder. Hey, how free. But I think say an area of specialty baby and watching. In fact, they hear counseling, they hear seeking for experts. Say or say depending here clinical or health psychologist. Yeah. Clinical or health psychologist. But Brashadak, your final remarks.
Yo, me that say, say yakasa be brave, but nema me no be a person we can wasem. And it say number one, to be able to prevent divorce, any sanema no. Yes, say, let us always dream of pleasing the Lord. So onyankopon pleasing onyankopon a priority a ade bia no will lead to say so onyankopon. In Colossians 3 23 to 24 no Bible assembly say yenya ade nyina fefefe na yemfam please onyankopon yenya ne say ye yam onyankopon enya wo partner no nko a what I say enya wo partner no nko a however say obeti ase say caring for your partner, providing for your partner, whatever it is, whether emotional, social, or whatever, say they can or no, it's also critical. Ewo our demo. And Joe, that thing said, whilst we close tonight, you can personally activate defense mechanisms. Be ewo wankasa our demo. What must I say? Activate, divorce defense mechanisms. Oh, what were they? But onam for no mudin komono. Ebia, or more, nank weniji omo, maybe ananka weniji omo, unya omo, akabe wam no wenya omo. Omo na no mudin komo, and komo mudie is so sensual. So sensual, say, at the end of the day, no, you get so satisfied talking to these people, these friends, at the expense of what they be crying at you, we had done out Fonso. Be a bear wow now for 4 boys, Umbedin common sa Ubaquadana 12. 1 na make a would say Menewa, Mini Jonathan, ye can home. Ye didn't come sa chariot near plan, way near plan, and I joke. I told that on one casa. Oba friend no or tibuko say esi esua de o esi esua now oyere da ho ade so akoware so enti me fi say yan kasa no to be able to prevent those things no yan develop these mechanisms na ye ne ye yere no ni nkomo more na ye ne eya ade ba kwa eya me fe wo ho eye ekwan a utimi na oyere no na mate asi na waje coke na toda now they are too deep is and then it can answer. These are our
Yeah,
make conclusive remarks now.
The conclusive remarks now they Messi a passo. And I'll come in some say.
Someone make a sada.
What a casa.
Oh, my, you creative. 80 Joe, and we here say, and we here say. Our phone kasa activate sadia no there are temptation be or more and yes say avoid it avoid it ababa one ne ho your fe na ne ho your pa wa ware a wakwaje number one na ya danfo yi o pe dey pa na wo pe amane na do ho kotum so I think some of these things are critical for our day. Ena yen yame ninje say ebe ye yankase ya wade ni ye sense ebe hwe nkrofo sometimes I say ohwe ema bi ni mema bi time almost spend the telenovelas then come the ye o ma wade ye a e bi anka o mo nso kia film ama ye hwe wo mo so TV so enti na yen careful with the way yen conduct any niji about our no every year partners so akon nema foforo bi so no na yem empire mo obi kan about Bible study let's study and know say masa aware na maware no mini baabi akobio mijaye asem ato me yere so mehwe me yiri din a oba nya de okoba adwaman ana magina so akogya no enti no ahyanse aba obre ye na aware na ye yie no watima tena ho so men tena ho ema wawade no enkodum pempen so ha ade me tan mama can we and I'm sorry to say that but open you're a counselor so maybe it may not go well with but ade me tan pa obi wiase personally ebia the word a tiny too much ebia am ka say I am ferry say me ne me yere be nya problem na me de ebekọ enkrofo no omo asti nkonya so omo address me ne me yire problem eye maniwu ye maniwu so entino mane difficult ma me say me ye nema bi a ma me to me edim be kwakodru honom and I think say if we have this kind of mentality ebe boaye ama ya solve in problem early than say bedroom pempen so a na we twe sre ne abasa monko pa acho mumpie monye stay na emferry in say yenye enema bi eyi na emo mpae mo na Awurade ema ya ware no enye yi
ya eja o bi kan wetin dia about say uni bi aka de ne na pon na mepon
to say na kind na wani wu a honestly ebi ni mo mpe obi wo ha ne yere anani kun eba counselor hope ebe another fire obi wo ha say what inti sometimes we have a way to do it ye man wan kasa onkoka ya nkasa ye frɛ ne akɔkwan bi efa so ne yetimi akorokoro na na waba because obi wo nya tena sem na but anka wo mpe ne sa na enye bad idea say waniwu because ye wo aniwu papa ne ye wo aniwu boni aniwu papa ene say eye maniwu nti me ye nea etene na nkopie baabi but aniwu boni ne say me a me nye nea etene me nso a me pese obi tena obi eka asem no eno sade ete say obi a oyare na osi oko hospital a sebi ye behwe na oyare nase asem kan na ye behwe na asenti no onko hospital ene wase be pro okay me guys yes wase be pro inti eye say I mean it's like the word fear is good fear helps us eboyan ma yetimi eguan fi niema a eyehu ananie me bi prayen ho but ehu no so etraso unto ahwe here you cannot take any risk in life and you won't do anything one here sukura no enti aniwu no e wo no levels and any limitations but senia brush Shadrach kind we also can do something about it like when I started I said marriage itself is an organism make an organism bibia e organism enuanu e check no enuanu no mokwan a efa so na enyin e woni me be check yam body ye woni me bebre a e check no yare bi wo ho a e defend yare bi wo e ba e defend je say yare na no ye den chen system no Yakopon de ahye ho body na nkasa no nso onua wo kwan a ofa so prepare no no de nyin inti aware no enso e wo saa yi mechanism ni bi inti munyire mo ho so bia ye na adwene so ode papa egu aware ni ma ebeyeye bunkopie e wo counselor bia ho ana psychologist bia ho so mbako de ana bia disorders ene de ne say yare ankasa na aba na nka moko inti yenya yenyire ye ho na mbomode e wo yen aware ebe boy why
yo bida se ja meda asabaka for na se omoje bre na omoba be banse mu afa awade ene awaja ye ho achin wahyewa asori na ene no yesua de ene yesua de abro nsem so Bible say he who finds a wife finds what is good and receive favor of the Lord. Proverbs chapter 18 verse number 22 Yakopon anu masem no de ohunya yere no na wanya de pa enti awade ya de pa enti momode ne nye yaware yi se ne be ya yebetimi aso Onyankopon ene asedan komo bibira oje bre na ohe Charity TV don't subscribe to Charity TV momode ko YouTube na click Charity TV we pop up just click on the subscription button no notification bell no press it so you call live obinyantie Facebook yo just go on search Charity TV on Facebook you get to us X yo Instagram yo and you stream live on Instagram and uko WhatsApp on your status session you can search Chariot TV your channel just search Chariot TV channel no be pop up just join send be want to be me I follow up some new my can but the program back and enyamba na eba de bia de beba egusu ayi sese yo la family and love corner na love and family corner just an this edumedie no e my pa awade abusua ene ehun sensem nyina ho no yesiesie ho a enche obuhu ye beti asimu na ye beke kasa ansem you be san nyoma nyina so into details se ne be ya menu mienu nyina ya wade be yi ye fie be yi e fie ne yi awade yi a bottom be yi ana abusua be yi na asore nso ayi na oman no nso ayi adondom ya desene yɛbɛsa ahyia bio na yɛsua onyankopɔn asɛm same time next week yɛbɛsa ahyia bio na yɛaka Bible asɛm makramo bye bye.